Welcome to the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for a thrilling journey
Always.
into the world of flash fiction,
Let's do it.
where teen heroes and underdog outcasts
Oh, I love
face incredible challenges?
Yes.
Today, we're diving into two wild tales
Okay.
centered around resourceful siblings who turn their homes
Awesome.
into ingenious fortresses to outsmart unsuspecting intruders.
Love it.
You sent us these fascinating stories,
Can't wait.
and we're excited to unpack the cleverness and creativity within them.
Awesome.
First, we'll explore Museum, Home Edition,
Okay.
where a home filled with historical artifacts
Mm-hmm.
becomes the target of thieves.
Oh.
We'll see how two siblings steeped in history themselves use their knowledge to create surprisingly effective
Nice.
and comical defenses.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll journey into Haunted Home Defense, where the local legend of a haunted house is deliberately amplified by a pair of mischievous siblings to deter burglars, leading to some truly spooky and hilarious outcomes.
They're gonna get them.
Prepare for surprising facts, a dash of humor,
Yeah.
and those satisfying aha moments as we uncover the brilliance behind these homegrown defense strategies.
I'm ready.
Let's start with Museum, Home Edition.
Okay.
The setup is straightforward. Archaeologist parents. A house overflowing with valuable historical items, instantly making it a prime target for theft. You can see the immediate high stakes, right?
Oh, absolutely. The abundance of artifacts creates a compelling motive for thieves. But what's crucial to note is how the siblings, Maya and Ben, don't just react with fear. They actively observe and interpret their environment, specifically overhearing a potential thief admiring a Han Dynasty vase.
Right.
That act of keen observation becomes the catalyst for their entire plan.
Exactly. They don't just hear someone looking at a vase, they recognize the danger in that admiration.
Right.
It's that proactive assessment that really sets the stage. Now, Ben's approach is fascinating. He immediately thinks finesse, not force, drawing inspiration from the Trojan horse. What does that tell us about his problem-solving style?
It suggests a strategic mind that prioritizes deception and intelligence over direct confrontation. Instead of trying to physically overpower potential intruders, Ben seeks to outsmart them by leveraging an unexpected method. This highlights an important principle. Effective solutions often involve understanding your opponent's expectations and subverting them.
I like that. And the traps they devise are just brilliant in their historical flavor. Take the Persian rug pressure plate connected to a flower-filled sack above the door.
Well, that's a good one.
What makes this more than just a prank?
What's interesting here is the integration of the home's existing elements. The ornate chandelier provides the necessary weight, turning an everyday item, a bag of flour, into a disorienting weapon. It's a low-tech solution that exploits the environment, demonstrating that you don't always need sophisticated technology to create an effective deterrent.
Flower power. Then there's the suit of armor, not just a decoration, but an alarm system rigged with marbles. What's the key insight there?
The ingenuity lies in repurposing an object. The suit of armor, likely seen as a static piece of history, becomes an active warning system. The symphony of metallic clatter isn't just a noise, it's an immediate, unavoidable signal. This underscores the value of looking at your surroundings with a creative eye and identifying potential alternative uses for ordinary items.
Yeah. But my personal favorite is the strategic swapping of labels on the Ming and Han Dynasty vases. How does this simple act of misdirection become a defense?
This delves into the psychological aspect of theft. The thieves are likely operating under assumptions about value and authenticity. By mislabeling the vases, Ben introduces an element of doubt and potential confusion. This not only wastes the thieves' time, but also risks them taking a less valuable item, showcasing how misinformation can be a surprisingly effective defensive tactic. So clever. When the thieves finally break in, the story hilariously contrasts their presumed professionalism with their utter bewilderment facing these bizarre traps. What does this tell us about preparedness?
It highlights the limitations of conventional thinking. The thieves likely anticipated standard security measures. The unexpected nature of flower bombs and noisy armor throws them completely off their game. This suggests that the most effective defenses are often those that are unpredictable and tailored to the specific context, exploiting vulnerabilities in the intruder's expectations.
And then you have Maya orchestrating the chaos from the stair railing, revealing the real Han vase at the perfect moment. What does her role signify?
Maya's strategic oversight demonstrates the importance of coordination and control in a crisis. Her positioning allows her to monitor the situation, and her dramatic reveal of the actual target introduces a further element of surprise and potentially throws the thieves into further disarray, forcing them to reassess their priorities.
It's like she's the conductor of this crazy symphony of chaos.
Exactly.
Let's not overlook the book barrage. Oh yeah, the books.
Heavy history books used as projectiles. There's a great irony there, isn't there?
Absolutely. The very tools of knowledge and the symbols of their parents' profession become instruments of defense. It's a literal manifestation of using their intellectual environment to their advantage, reinforcing the idea that their upbringing and education are key assets in this situation.
And the grand finale. The sprinkler system unleashing super sticky, quick-drying glue. What's the final takeaway from this immobilizing maneuver?
The glue trap provides a non-lethal but completely effective means of incapacitation. It's a decisive move that ends the threat while also adding a touch of comedic absurdity. It emphasizes the idea that sometimes the most effective solutions are simple and direct, even if they seem unconventional.
The aftermath is just priceless.
Sure.
Police arriving at this bizarre scene, oblivious parents and thieves complaining about Trojan horses. It's almost unbelievable.
Haha. It's a great image. The parents' obliviousness underscores the self-reliance of the siblings, and the thieves' complaints highlight the sheer unexpectedness of their experience. It suggests that the most effective defenses are often those that leave the attacker completely bewildered and unprepared for future encounters.
Ben's final thought about Vlad the Impaler hints at a continuous evolution of their defense strategies.
Oh, that's interesting.
What does this suggest about their approach to problem solving?
It indicates a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. They're not content with past successes, but are constantly seeking new and perhaps more extreme methods. This reflects a proactive and imaginative approach to security, always thinking one step ahead.
In Maya's perspective, seeing history as a practical tool for the present.
I like that.
That's a powerful takeaway for you, the listener, especially if you're interested in gaining knowledge that has real-world applications.
Precisely. Maya's insight reframes history not just as a study of the past, but as a valuable resource for understanding and navigating the present. It highlights the timelessness of certain strategic principles and the potential for drawing lessons from historical events.
Okay, so that was Museum, Home Edition.
Ooh.
Now let's journey into our second flash fiction story, Haunted Home Defense.
Okay.
The initial setup has a clever twist. Their house has a local reputation for being haunted, which ironically attracts burglars. What's the underlying irony here?
The irony lies in the burglars' misinterpretation of fear. They assume a haunted house will be empty and vulnerable, failing to consider that the residents might leverage that very reputation to their advantage. It's a case of the expected deterrent becoming an unintended invitation for a specific type of opportunistic criminal.
So true, and the siblings' plan is brilliant. Amplify the haunting using their love for Halloween and their dad's old stage props. What does this tell us about resourcefulness?
It showcases their ability to utilize readily available resources and their personal passions to create a unique and effective defense. Their creativity transforms everyday items and hobbies into tools for deception, demonstrating that solutions can often be found in unexpected places.
Right. The spectral elements are wonderfully low-tech, but effective. Drone-mounted flashlights for eerie shadows, a gramophone playing unearthly wails, and Maya as a chilling ghost. What makes these elements so successful?
Their success lies in their ability to create a multi-sensory illusion. The shifting shadows, unsettling sounds, and a tangible ghostly presence all contribute to a believable and frightening experience. The key is the unexpectedness and the way these elements play on pre-existing cultural fears and tropes associated with hauntings.
And Ben's traps are equally imaginative. Fishing wire tripping a burglar into a suit of armor.
Aha! I love it.
Nice callback. Spectral Heja LP me on the bathroom mirror and amplified unsettling sounds. What's the common thread in these traps?
The common thread is the blend of physical and psychological elements. The fishing wire and armor create a physical disruption, while the mirror message and amplified sounds aim to instill fear and disorientation. This multi-pronged approach targets both the burglar's physical presence and their mental state, making their experience far more unsettling.
The spectral Heik-LP me on the steamy mirror is particularly clever. What makes that such an effective psychological scare?
It plays on the vulnerability and guilt that might be present in someone breaking into a home. The seemingly spontaneous appearance of a distress message in a private space amplifies the feeling that they have intruded into something they shouldn't have, potentially triggering a stronger emotional response than a purely physical threat.
Right. And then Maya's unexpected karate leg sweep,
Oh, wow.
revealing a very practical skill behind the ghostly facade. How does this subvert expectations?
This is a fantastic twist because it shatters the image of a helpless, ethereal ghost. It introduces an element of real-world capability that the burglars would never anticipate, highlighting that appearances can be deceiving and that relying on stereotypes can be a dangerous mistake.
Absolutely. The smarter thief's initial confidence crumbling as the torment escalates. What does this tell us about the power of a well-crafted illusion?
It demonstrates that even someone attempting to be rational and dismissive of the supernatural can be overwhelmed by a consistent and believable sensory experience. The escalating nature of the haunting, culminating in Maya's glow-in-the-dark face paint, creates a level of sustained unease that breaks down his initial skepticism.
Oh, man. The burglar's panicked flight, apologizing to empty air. It's almost cartoonish.
I know, right?
What's the significance of their reaction?
Their terrified and irrational response underscores the effectiveness of the siblings' psychological tactics. They're not just deterred, they are genuinely frightened and likely to remember this experience vividly. The apologies to the perceived supernatural highlight the power of belief and how fear can override logic.
Yeah. And the siblings' triumphant, giggling reaction. It really emphasizes the playful aspect of their defense.
Yeah,
It wasn't just about security, it was almost a game.
exactly.
Their joyful reaction reveals a different motivation beyond mere defense, a sense of fun and mischievousness. It suggests that their creativity is fueled by their enjoyment of the process, making their approach even more unique and unpredictable.
It makes it even more effective, too.
Their future plans for even more elaborate hauntings.
Oh, tell me.
Rattling chains, fog machines, slime pits.
Awesome.
It suggests a continuous creative arms race.
I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
This indicates an ongoing commitment to their unconventional defense strategy, always looking for ways to innovate and escalate their tactics. The introduction of more elaborate elements suggests a playful and imaginative approach to home security, constantly evolving to keep potential intruders on their toes,
Yeah.
and their parents remaining completely oblivious, always finding rational explanations.
Of course.
It just adds another layer of humor to the whole thing.
It really does.
The parents' obliviousness creates a comedic irony, highlighting the disconnect between the extraordinary events orchestrated by their children and their own mundane understanding of their household. This reinforces the self-sufficiency and secret world of the siblings' defense efforts.
I love it.
So what do these two incredible flash fiction stories tell us? Beyond the humor and the thrilling action, we see the power of keen observation, the strategic application of knowledge, and the surprising effectiveness of creativity when facing a challenge. You, the listener, provided these fantastic examples of how thinking outside the box can really turn the tables in unexpected ways.
Indeed. Both narratives beautifully illustrate how resourcefulness and a willingness to approach problems from unconventional perspectives can lead to remarkably successful outcomes. They highlight the value of leveraging one's unique skills, environment, and even local folklore to one's advantage.
Consider the ingenuity on display.
Absolutely.
In Museum, Home Edition, historical understanding became a practical defensive tool.
Yes.
In Haunted Home Defense, a local legend was weaponized with theatrical flair. What stands out to you about these resourceful approaches?
What's particularly striking is the adaptability shown by the siblings. In the first story, they utilize concrete knowledge and physical manipulation. In the second, they tap into the more abstract realms of belief and perception. Both demonstrate a remarkable ability to analyze a specific threat and devise a tailored, highly effective response.
These aren't just flash fiction stories about stopping thieves. They're about the unique ways individuals can leverage their environment and their passions, whether it's a love for history or a knack for the dramatic to overcome obstacles. It really makes you think about your own hidden strengths and how you might apply them in unexpected situations.
Precisely. These tales encourage us to look beyond conventional solutions and consider the unique assets and perspectives we each possess. They remind us that creativity and ingenuity can be powerful tools not just in extraordinary circumstances, but also in navigating everyday challenges.
Here's a thought to leave you with. In your own life, what unique knowledge or seemingly ordinary resources might you be overlooking that could be surprisingly powerful in unexpected situations? What booby traps of your own could you devise, not necessarily for defense, but for tackling everyday challenges with a bit more creativity?
This raises an important question. How often do we truly examine our surroundings and our own skills for hidden potential? These flash fiction stories serve as a reminder to think more laterally and to consider the unconventional possibilities that might be right under our noses.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of teen heroes and underdog outcasts. Rate and follow the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast for more captivating flash fiction stories.
Until our next journey, keep those creative problem-solving skills sharp.